Imagine being trapped on a plane, not for hours, but for days, weeks, or even months. Sounds impossible? Think again. This is the chilling reality some passengers have faced. How would you survive? What secrets lie behind those cabin doors? Buckle up, because this flight's about to get turbulent. You've settled into your seat, ready for takeoff. The familiar hum of the engines fills the cabin as you prepare for your journey. But what if that journey never ends? From political standoffs to bureaucratic nightmares, there have been instances where passengers have found themselves stuck on planes for extended periods, far beyond the usual delays we've all experienced. But when you're stuck indefinitely, that meal tray becomes your lifeline. Airlines typically stock enough food for the intended journey plus some extra for delays. But what happens when those supplies run out? The constant hum of the engines, the recycled air, the cramped quarters. All of these factors can take a severe toll on your psychological well-being. Setting a schedule, even an arbitrary one, can help maintain a sense of normalcy and control in an otherwise chaotic situation. In the confines of an airplane cabin, even simple stretches can make a difference. Walking up and down the aisle when possible can help prevent blood clots and maintain muscle tone. Some trapped passengers have reported doing push-ups in the galley or yoga in their seats. Anything to keep their bodies active and their minds engaged. What if, instead of reaching your destination, you find yourself in a bizarre limbo, trapped in a metal tube 30,000 feet above the ground? The lack of information, the feeling of powerlessness, the separation from loved ones. All of these factors can contribute to severe anxiety and depression. Finding ways to stay positive, to focus on eventual rescue or resolution, can be the key to enduring such an ordeal. Some passengers in real-life extended flight situations have reported turning to prayer, meditation, or creating art to keep their spirits up. In some instances, mechanical issues have stranded planes in remote locations, far from the necessary resources for repair or evacuation. In normal circumstances, many of us might prefer to keep to ourselves during a flight. While it's not practical to pack for an indefinite stay every time you fly, there are some steps you can take. Always carry essential medications in your carry-on luggage. Pack a few extra snacks, even on short flights. Bring a portable charger for your electronic devices. Diplomatic solutions are found, mechanical issues are fixed, weather clears. But for those who have lived through such ordeals, the experience leaves an indelible mark. And perhaps, just perhaps, cast a thought to those who have found themselves in the extraordinary situation of being stuck in the sky, turning an airplane into an unlikely home. It's a reminder of our capacity to adapt, to find hope in dire circumstances, and to forge connections with others when faced with adversity. So the next time you hear the captain announce a short delay, be grateful and remember that somewhere out there someone might be facing a much longer wait. But when you're facing an indefinite stay, your fellow passengers become your community. The skills that would help you survive an extended stay on a plane, patience, resourcefulness, the ability to stay calm under pressure are valuable in many of life's challenging situations. Sometimes it's due to international disputes, where a plane becomes a pawn in a larger political game. Other times, it's bureaucratic red tape, where passengers fall into a legal limbo, unable to enter a country but also unable to return home. Forming bonds, sharing stories, and supporting each other can be the difference between maintaining hope and succumbing to despair. Suddenly, an announcement crackles over the intercom. There's been a problem. The plane can't land. Hours turn into days and days into weeks. They're designed for quick use, not as substitutes for home bathrooms. Airplane seats, even in first class, aren't designed for long-term rest. Finding a comfortable position, dealing with constant light and noise, and managing sleep cycles in an environment that never truly goes dark can be incredibly difficult. Some trapped passengers have reported resorting to sleeping on the floor or creating makeshift beds across multiple seats. In a prolonged stay scenario, maintaining cleanliness becomes a significant challenge. Passengers might need to get creative, using whatever resources are available to stay clean and prevent the spread of illness. In such close quarters, water, normally freely available, might be strictly controlled. You'd need to adapt quickly, learning to make every morsel count, every sip last. The aircraft becomes your world, your prison, your lifeline. It might sound like the plot of a far-fetched thriller, but for some unfortunate travelers, this nightmare has become a reality. These are questions that some have had to answer in real life, and they're questions we'll explore in depth. Picture this: you're on a routine flight, perhaps heading home or embarking on a long-awaited vacation. How would you cope? What would you eat? How would you maintain your sanity in such a confined space? First, let's talk about sustenance. On a normal flight, you might complain about the quality of airline food. In extreme cases, rationing becomes crucial. That tiny bag of pretzels you usually ignore? It could become your most prized possession. But survival isn't just about food and water. It's about maintaining your mental health in an environment that's designed for short-term occupancy, not long-term living. In such situations, creating a routine becomes vital. Without the usual markers of time, sunrise, sunset, meal times, your internal clock can quickly become disrupted. Physical activity, limited as it may be, is another crucial factor. Social interaction, too, takes on new importance. But what about hygiene? Airplane bathrooms are notoriously small and basic. Sleep, too, presents its own set of challenges. Then there's the psychological toll of uncertainty. Not knowing when or if you'll be able to leave the plane can be incredibly stressful. In such situations, maintaining hope becomes a survival skill in itself. But why does this happen? How can people end up trapped on planes for extended periods? The reasons can vary widely. There have been cases where weather has played a role, with planes unable to land at their intended destination but also unable to divert elsewhere. Whatever the cause, the result is the same. People find themselves in a situation they never imagined, forced to adapt to circumstances that push the limits of human endurance. So, how can you prepare for such an unlikely but not impossible scenario? More importantly, cultivate a mindset of adaptability. Remember, too, that in most cases, extended stays on planes are eventually resolved. As you settle into your seat on your next flight, take a moment to appreciate the complex systems and international agreements that usually make air travel so smooth and uneventful. In the end, the story of survival on a stranded plane is a testament to human resilience.